guys! Welcome to Books and Blue Stockings. I'm Betty Bookworm and I read way too much into things. So, did you know that Chuck Palahniuk wrote books other than Fight Club? Well, you do now! The book of the month for April is Lullaby, Chuck Palahniuk's horror satire novel that was not only nominated for the Bram Stoker Best Novel Award back in 2002, it actually won the Pacific Northwest Booksellers Association Award in 2003. Lullaby is the story of Carl Strader. Carl is a journalist who is doing research for a series of articles he plans to write on sudden infant death syndrome. This assignment hits pretty close to home for Carl because his wife and his child died inexplicably after he sang them an African lullaby. The lullaby is actually a culling song, a song that kills anybody who happens to hear it. Carl embarks on a road trip with an opportunistic real estate agent named Helen, a hippy-dippy, strange, funky witch named Mona, and a just plain weirdo named Oyster. They plan to find the source of the culling song and stop it before it gets into the wrong hands. This book is an insightful and thought-provoking piece of transgressive fiction. Transgressive fiction is a literary genre that focuses on a main character who tries to break away from society's oppressive norms in kind of messed up ways. Like, for instance, if Carl, hears some, horrible person talking on the radio, or if someone's kind of like a douchebag to him in the elevator, he'll... What's that? What? So I can't even tell them that Carl... Ugh! Fine. I guess you're just gonna have to read the novel. Palahniuk expresses Carl's contempt for societal expectations through insights such as,
"We're the culture that cried wolf,"
and
"Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words can hurt like hell."
And the rule of 3 dictates that I should show one more quote, so...
Maybe you don't go to hell for the things you do. Maybe you go to hell for the things you don't do.
Palahniuk has a way of making dubious and morally corrupt characters sympathetic, while simultaneously giving the heroes unlikable and downright villainous dispositions. There is somewhat of a sad history behind the novel Lullaby. Chuck Palahniuk's father had started dating a woman whose husband was actually in jail. She had him arrested for abusing her, and this abusive man said that if he ever got out of prison, he would kill her. Well, he got out of prison, and he followed her and Chuck Palahniuk's father home after a date, and he murdered them. He was caught, and ultimately he was given the death sentence. And this novel was kind of Chuck Palahniuk's way of coping with what happened. I actually had no idea of the history when I first read this book a couple years ago. I actually recently found out about it when I was doing research for this review. I think it speaks to me on a different level now than it did when I first read it. I would recommend this book for outsiders, misfits, and lovers of transgressive fiction. I also recommend this book for anyone who loves dark humor. Sure, the story is about death and tragedy and a magic song that kills people, but there's also a good dose of the old Chuck Palahniuk wit. So, have you read this book? Do you want to read this book? What did you think about the book? Leave a comment, get a discussion going, get a culling discussion going in the comment section. Preferably not, that would be bad. I hope you all have a wonderful April. I'll be back next week with another review. I'm Betty Bookworm and I read way too much into things.